said was inconvenient to the narrative, right? To the mainstream narrative or the establishment narrative, and you were shut down for that. How much of what you're going through today is a repeat of that? Can you compare today's experience, your experience today, to the experience then with the Iraq War?
Well, with the Iraq War back then, I was a player. I mean, I was a real world player. I'm not bragging, but if the Godfather was there, I'm the guy next to him. I'm the big hit man. I'm Sammy the Bull, who's going to go around and knock heads and all this kind of stuff. And I was such a player that when at the day I was going to resign, the CIA station chief in New York City, we have a station chief in New York City. He works at the UN mission. He advises the UN ambassador. He called me in and put me on the phone with a senior member of the National Security Council, who said, "We understand you're resigning. Please don't. If you do, you'll destroy the inspections. We need you here. Stay." And I said, "Okay, I don't want to leave, but will you guys support the inspection process? Or is Madeleine Albright going to continue to pull the plug?" And what you don't understand is the reason why I resigned is I was in Iraq at the head of a team armed with special intelligence about ballistic missile guidance and control equipment. And the intelligence had a short lifespan. And I had a team in place. We were ready to go. And when I say go, we were going to surround a building knowing we'd be surrounded and probably taken hostage. I'm not trying to be a hero here, but I'm telling you, this was as serious as it gets. I was ready. I had a team ready. We're a bunch of alpha dogs ready to do the job. And they pulled the rug out from underneath us, yanked us out. And at that point in time, you can't get that hyped up and then try and do it again. So I said, no more. Are you guys going to let me do my job? Because you brought me in to do a job 7 years ago, and you know who I am. You know what I do. Let me do my job. They said, no, we can't. I said, then I have to resign. When I hung up the phone, the CIA guy looked at me and he liked me. His name's Larry Sanchez. So I'm not trying to, he's out. He wasn't covert, but he said, "Scott, I like you, but when you walk out this building, I can't ever talk to you again." I said, "Okay, Larry." And he goes, "And I want to let you know, the FBI is going to, I don't know what kind of language we can use on this podcast.
Any language.
They're going to fuck you in the ass." He said that. Fuck you in the ass. They're going to fuck your family. You're fucked if you turn in this resignation letter. I went, okay, I guess that's what's going to happen. And it did. I mean, that night, the FBI released a file to CBS Evening News. I was in a bar with the other inspectors. We were sort of drinking to my departure. And Dan Rather gets on the CBS Evening News and says, "Scott Ritter is under investigation from the FBI for committing espionage on behalf of Israel." Well, that's because since 1994, I've been flying to Israel with the CIA's permission, by the way, bringing U2 imagery that the CIA gave me to give to the Israelis, to have them interpreted, to give us target data to inspect. But no, I was spying on behalf of Israel. This is a death sentence penalty, guys, a death sentence crime. Now, they weren't going to kill me, but life imprisonment. And I was not going to be found guilty. But, that sort of changes your life when they come at you like this. You now have to hire lawyers that you can't afford because I just lost my job. So I have to hire a lawyer I can't afford. And then we have to get into this long, lengthy, drawn out process because they don't want to bring it to a rapid conclusion. That's not how U.S. justice works. They drag it out to bankrupt you, to exhaust you, deny you employment opportunities. They fucked me in the ass. I won. Eventually, I went up against, the lady's name was Mary Jo White. She used to be the U.S. attorney for the Southern District. And if you know anything about Mary Jo wins all her cases. Mary Jo's the toughest terrorist fighter, criminal fighter in the world. Well, Mary Jo lost because I finally went and stared the FBI agents in the face and challenged them to put cuffs on me, to drag me out or get the fuck out of my life. Sorry for the language. But, the female agent that was questioning me cried. She was so apologetic. The other guy was red in the face. He was so sorry because he said, "We don't want to be doing this, but we are following orders. We have to do this." Well, they shut the case down, but they find ways to fuck with you again. Look, it is what it is. Today, I'm not a player. I don't bring the same cachet to the argument that maybe I did as back in the day. So I don't think the U.S. government's too worried about what Scott Ritter has to say. Unfortunately, I got caught up in the Twitter wars, I guess. The post 2016 Russia Gate phenomena where everything Russia is bad all the time, every time.
Everything dissenting.